this video, I'm going to show you how you can document student growth that occurs as a result of your counseling sessions by using the performance session feature in noteCounselor. This is a method of documenting pre and post data for some of the students that you work with. I find this feature really particularly useful if I'm working with students who maybe are having some acute symptoms that require immediate intervention, like maybe a student having an anxiety attack or perhaps before and after a conflict mediation. So I'm going to start by going up here to the Counseling Notes tab to document a session just like I normally would. I'm going to click Counseling Notes, start typing in a student's name, and fill in all these fields up here like I normally do. Now before I submit this note, what I'm going to do is scroll down to the bottom, and here I have these before and after session Likert scales. In my office, what I do is I usually keep slips of paper that look like this, and sometimes I'll ask a student to kind of just circle before and after, just to give me an idea of how they're doing pre and post session. And then I can document that here by just selecting the number of stars for before and the number of stars after, and it's going to highlight based on which one I click on. And then I'll just hit submit. Now there's a couple different ways that you can look at this data. The first report I'm going to show you is over here. You scroll on the Reports tab and go all the way to the bottom to Before and After Performance. First, I'll select a time frame. You can either choose one from the drop-down menu, or you can select your own dates here. And this is going to calculate your average growth per session, but it's only including those sessions in which you calculated this data. So you can see here I've selected an entire year, and I've had multiple sessions in that year, but only 14 in which I included this before and after data. And so this calculation is giving me the data for just those 14 sessions. Another report where I can view some of this data is the Active Student Counseling Notes. This is going to give me the option of showing my before and after data for select students. So I'm going to start typing in a student name. And before I click this search, I'm going to select Include Performance Data and just check that box. And now it's giving me the same kind of field here that I just saw. I'm going to select a date range, and it's going to give me the average pre and post data for this one student for that time frame. If I were to select another student that I had more sessions that included this data, it's going to reflect that as well. And then if you go to print your session data, your counseling notes for this student, it will include that at the top if you have it selected. And that's how I use noteCounselor to give me some pre-post data and calculate student growth.